Hello, my name is Mark Pearson. I will be your guide through this presentation written by Hassan Chow, Mohammed Siddiqui, and myself. This is a production of the Information Systems Department at the University of Houston C.T. Bauer College of Business. Today, we will be discussing Coase's transaction cost theorem, specifically how it is applied to outsourcing. Who is Coase? Ronald Coase is an American-based economist born on December 29, 1910, in Great Britain. He won the Nobel Prize in Economics in 1991. Coase's transaction cost theorem is not any one statement that Ronald Coase made, but rather an overall idea that permeates an article that he wrote in October 1960 entitled The Problem of Social Cost. Oxford's Dictionary of Philosophy states it best. If there are zero transaction costs, the socially efficient outcome will occur regardless of legal entitlement. The key to this theorem is the assumption of low or no transaction costs. But what is a transaction cost? A transaction cost is a cost incurred in making an economic exchange or simply the cost of participating in a market. For example, if you go to the store to buy a gallon of milk, the transaction costs are everything but the actual price you pay to purchase the gallon of milk. Things like the gas you use to drive to the store, the time you spend driving to and from the store, and the process you go through to decide which type of milk to buy. Coase used an example to better explain his theorem. We will do the same. Consider Apple Incorporated. As of September 2011, Apple is both the largest publicly traded company in the world, and it is also the largest technology company in the world. Apple outsources all of its manufacturing. Why? Ian McCarthy states it best. The rationale for practicing outsourcing is to exploit external suppliers' investments, innovations, and specialized professional capabilities. This helps an organization to reduce its operating costs while achieving an increased focus on its core competencies. Apple's outsourcing is a direct result of the reduction of transaction costs. Recalling that Coase's theorem states, if there are zero transaction costs, the socially efficient outcome will occur regardless of legal entitlement. We understand now that as transaction costs have approached zero, Apple has chosen to outsource its manufacturing. Apple's choice to outsource is a direct application of Coase's transaction cost theorem. Apple has reached a socially efficient outcome by surrendering manufacturing despite their legal entitlement. Apple's products would be too expensive if they were manufactured in the U.S. American workers generally cost U.S. employers about $15.57 per hour. By comparison, a Foxconn worker producing Apple's products in China makes about 51 cents per hour. According to a ZDNet web article dated October 18, 2010, a Foxconn worker-produced iPad sells for about $499. If it were built by Americans, it would cost $14,970. A MacBook would cost $23,970. And an iPhone would cost $5,970. Outsourcing is crucial to Apple in order to price their products at a level that consumers are willing to pay. Why is all of this important? Let's take a look at the benefits. Consumers benefit from this push towards cheaper goods by way of outsourced manufacturing, and businesses benefit from outsourcing by reducing their costs and boosting sales. But let's also take a look at the costs. At what cost to the low-wage workers' lives and livelihoods does this progression to mutually beneficial agreements occur? To summarize, Coase's transaction cost theorem is alive and active in the global business community. In business, we must consider all our choices and their ramifications.